Guys, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you a super crazy Ezreal game I played where I completely freaking dominated. But I really quickly wanted to show you guys a quick update in my elo so far. So I am currently master with 87 LP. I will be getting challenger pretty soon, and there's actually a strategy to why I didn't rush to challengers as soon as I did. And I'm going to be doing a challengers video very soon once I get it, and it's going to explain really how I'm going to go about it. But there's a reason why I'm specifically staying at this LP in order to climb the leaderboard and get as much LP as possible. And the reasoning behind that is there's a certain time when the leaderboards update and actually change people from masters to grandmasters to challenger. So the key is to get as close to grandmaster, and then once the leaderboards change, you just grind that entire day, and then when you become challenger, you have as much LP as possible. But with that, let's go into my Ezreal loadout. My character of choice for this journey that I will be going for challenger. But this is my loadout, guys. I know a lot of people have been asking since there's been a lot of rune changes, and I've been testing out some runes, and yeah, so I do the standard Ezreal build. It's going to be the Man Immune with the Trinity Force, Stasis, Blade of the Rune King, Death Stance, and Mortal Reminder. And you could also sometimes switch out Mortal Reminder with Guardian Angel. It just really depends what you're feeling. Like if you feel like you don't need any heal cutting, then don't go Guardian Angel. For the runes, I like to run Conqueror, Champion, Hunter Titan, and Sweet Tooth. Now, like I said, there's been a bunch of freaking changes so far, so we're gonna need to break it down a little bit. First off, they nerfed Champion. I still use Champion because I feel like in these high elo matches, I have to play for the carry potential, and I think Champion allows me to do that super well. But there's two decent alternatives if you do not want to go this route. Brutal is a very good rune to run. It is super good in the early game. It's not risky at all. But if you're feeling a little risky but don't want to be tied down to your deaths, you can also go Hunter Vampirism. Hunter Vampirism does a great job of giving you Vamp, and it gives you AD with the unique takedowns you get. So this is so you could use either three of these runes, but like I said, I'm gonna settle on Champion. Now, in the recent update, they did remove Generation, and I'm actually very upset about that. That was my go-to rune with Ezreal, but since they removed it, you got a little bit of options, guys. Do not run Second Wind. Second Wind is complete trash on Ezreal. What you want to run is either Hunter Titan, or what you can go is Adaptive Carapace. These are the two best options, I think, with Ezreal. And yeah, during this game, I was running Hunter Titan. And lastly, you can go with the Sweet Tooth. I don't really recommend Mana Flow Band. It doesn't really increase your damage by too much, and the Sweet Tooth just gives too much value in the laning phase and just throughout the game. All right, guys. Lastly, for the spells, Barrier and Flash. And yeah, this concludes my Ezreal loadout, especially after the new update and balance changes. And yeah, guys, I've been dominating the Rift with Ezreal still, so I hope you guys do enjoy. Make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get right on into the gameplay. Alright, guys, we got another, like I said, insane Ezreal gameplay. I ended up popping off, and there's a lot behind it. So I think currently the best and easiest comp to run in the Dragon lane, if you just want to win streak, is to run Ezreal Braum. I'm telling you, if you want elo, run it. It's super good. That is going to be what I'm going to run, at least on the grind for challenger. I just think it's super good. Anyways, let's talk about this matchup. We got Ezreal Braum versus Varus Alistar. Now this is an interesting matchup because Braum counters Alistar, and Varus and Ezreal are both similar playstyles because they both kind of poke, especially with the Varus build that you do go. Obviously, Ezreal is definitely stronger than Varus, but This Varus actually definitely didn't do a bad job whatsoever. So in this gameplay, you could already see we are down a lot of gold. We're already down 1,000. We were already down 1,000 gold about. Now we're down like 800, actually 500. But the gold goes crazy, and this gameplay was fully jam-packed. So when you're playing Ezreal Braum, what is the win condition for you? Well, the win condition is for both of you guys to get level 5 and just double ult. That's really the main strategy. I think it works super well, and it is really good to do. Right here, sadly, we lose the Scuttle. Oh, that was so sad. Lee Sin had a great rotation by coming up to us, and he got that Scuttle, which was super sad, super sad. But yeah, another way you could win with Braum is Braum uses the shield, walks up, get his passive on the enemy ADC or support, and you just auto them down. Because Ezreal is really good at popping Braum's passive, which is always really good. You want to play champions that can pop Braum's passive really well. And guys, Braum is just a super broken support right now. I mean, he is a little weak in the laning phase compared to certain enchanters like Seraphine, Janna, Lux. But Braum just has so much to offer in teamfights that it's really ridiculous. So when it comes down to ranked, it's something you want to run. So right here, we're just running it down on this Varus, and there's literally nowhere for him to go. And boom. So the combo that we use right there is where I dash on top of Varus, and then Braum dashes onto me and applies the passive, which is so easy to secure a kill after that, which was we performed that pretty well. And what's super great about this is I shoved a nice wave into here. If we see Varus is gonna lose a couple minions just like that, which is always a great start. So let's now take a look at our comps, right? The comps are a little interesting. Braum counters their entire comp. Braum counters Lee Sin, Yasuo, Gragas, Alistar, because they're all melee champs. And also, Braum does counter Varus as well, because Varus is ability based and the shield is a really strong counter. So Ezreal's good into any type of comp, literally, guys. I'm not joking. That's why I love Ezreal. Ezreal can be played into any situation. And what was giving me a little bit of bad vibes was the fact that we had a Rammus. Rammus is an interesting jungler because, I mean, he could provide a lot in team fights and maybe catching people out. But as a jungler, you know, I don't know how I feel. I think Lee Sin is definitely a way stronger jungler. So if you are going to play Rammus, you need to make sure you're extremely skilled at him and don't end games. And as you guys can see, dude, this Varus goes ham on our HP, and it actually happens quite often. Dude, I almost stole that Scuttle, man. I almost stole that Scuttle. But yeah, right here, we're just getting poked out so early on that I end up wasting a lot of time. Like, I'm always like, I was trying to decide whether to recall or not, but luckily I was decisive enough to recall shop. I have my man immune. It's very crucial to get the man immune, and I only have about a 300 gold lead on Varus, but that's only because there's a wave under tower that I haven't collected, and right here the enemy team is trying to fight. So I'm trying to rotate with this Rammus, and I'm telling Rammus to engage because we're all here, but Rammus is kind of being a little too scared. With reason. Right here we got to be careful of Lee Sin and Alistar. And yeah, basically the whole goal is to stop the enemy team from doing dragon. But as you guys can see, like, we get low so fast, man, from just the poke of Varus. The Varus poke can be excruciating to go up against, which is something that we have to overcome, and we eventually do. So we look for a gank right here, but Rammus is just getting pushed to his side, and like, I'm still low, so like, I can't even do anything for this Rammus. Rammus has a very defensive ult. I dash away, and yeah, so I'm looking at this and it's like, dude, this is so risky. Great redemption from my support to give me that extra heal, but I end up eating that Varus ult anyways. So right here, I sadly get rooted, and I'm literally kiting for my life. And I'm gonna pause this, guys. In this situation, I literally have nothing to do. I just want to make sure I try to keep them in tower for long as possible. So right here, I'm getting engaged on, and I'm trying to pop the Braum passive, and sadly, this doesn't go too well. I mean, the Yasuo ends up living on 1 HP, and I'm pretty tilted. Our Renekton is kind of trolling this entire game and just not showing up to our team fights, which was really sad. But I think Rammus and Akali were trying to get some kills right here. But yeah, our Renekton was trolling because their enemy team was grouped up. I mean, Gragas was diving me under tower, and my Renekton is just split pushing. The Renekton this game played very poorly, made a lot of bad decisions that, I mean, you guys are eventually going to see. I mean, this game, as you can see, it was a 21-minute game, and it was 21 minutes for very good reason. I mean, so much throwing was going on from both sides. So, what's going on in this game currently? Well, they have the first dragon. They've been kind of playing better as a team, but their comp is not as good as ours late game. Why is that? I mean, Akali, Ezreal, Braum succeed in late game. Guys, look at this snipe. Look at this Ezreal ult. Look at it. Boom! Big damage off of me, man. And I'm so mad at... Look at this Renekton, bro. Like, he didn't even try to look for Yasuo, man. Oh my god, he didn't even try. So right here, we have to walk up to Varus because Varus is clearing the tower alone. So we end up trying to rush him down, but I end up getting, I think, rooted right here. Oh, I didn't get rooted. Braum ate the root, and boom, we secured the kill onto Varus, which was super good. So as Braum Ezreal, you want to try to look for kills wherever you can get. We want to try to put down some turret damage, but Alistar is actually very annoying to deal with at this stage because I am pretty low, and I mean, Alistar has ult as well, so it's super hard to kill Alistar like this. So we end up trying to do as much damage as possible without overextending. Let me turn off the FLV. So I'm trying to do as much damage without getting caught out, which is always critical to do. I mean, I would still consider myself playing a little risky right now, and which isn't always the best. So right here, I'm looking for an ultimate. I do hit my ultimate onto Varus, but I actually do die, which was not good. So I ended up losing my 2 champ stacks. And the thing is when I had my Ezreal ult up, I had my flash, but I couldn't flash because my Ezreal ult was open, which is another thing that is so annoying. But it is what it is. So that was a very stupid death. I really needed to just get out. After I did turret damage, after I got a play, I should have just left. There was no reason for me to overstay, but I did anyway. So there's a little learning experience right there. So the next thing that we have to look forward to is 2 objectives. There's the Cloud Dragon and Baron, but usually when both those are going to spawn, people group around Dragon. And so the thought process is this, right? Me and DNZio just need to stick together and just focus the people that Braum marks. Whenever Braum marks someone, I need to make sure I'm going to be focusing them because those are the people we can kill. And we know that Yasuo has a big bounty. I mean, this Yasuo is pretty fed in this game, 4-0, which is really good. Right here is the mark of the starting comeback. So Alistar is kind of engaging in a bad way. So I'm trying to chase him down, but man, that Alistar is so fast with dead man's play, like extremely fast. So we did end up getting a kill onto Varus, which allowed us to actually start the Cloud Dragon. And Yasuo got way too excited here, and Braum was able to get a nice ultimate on Yasuo, and this is where I stacked up so many kills right here. Oh my god, I missed my flash skill 1. My flash skill 1s have been, oh god, oh god. I don't want to talk about that, guys. Dude, that Alistar was so fast. So right here, we're just trying to lay as much damage down as possible. But yeah, that was a great team fight because we got the Cloud Dragon and I got 2 free extra kills. which are always good to have. So this allows me to collect that extra gold that I needed to start building into like my stasis and Blade of the Ruined King. But right here, I thought that I could go on to Varus, but we end up just popping his ultimate. I mean, he landed a good ultimate onto me. It just, all it did was save his life. I forgot what the cooldown is on it. What's the cooldown? 30 seconds. So, I mean, it's not the craziest cooldown, but it's definitely something. So right here, we do see Lee Sin going into our jungle, and we see that their entire team is here, and all we want to do is make sure we secure the blue buff, and that's exactly what we do with our jungler here. We don't want Lee Sin to queue over and smite. That is one of the most popular ways of dealing buffs as Lee Sin. Right here, our Rammus is still trying to look for engages, but is not very decisive about it. Right here, I mean, I finished my stasis, and I'm building towards my Blade of the Ruined King. Our Renekton gets caught out right here, but this is a very important fight. I'm just focusing the players that deceive marks. Just look at this. I'm just literally focusing with precision right now, and we are just gonna chase them down here since they're so low. Guys, look how low they are, man. And I'm just get rooted by the Varus ult as well, because Gragas did E me, and man, it is just so infuriating that we were not able to kill them there. Like, there's, oh my god, like right there, Gragas missing his thing. Oh, I end up dying here. This was very stupid death by me. I mean, I was overextending, not looking too good, but guys, I'm telling you, that was my last death of this game. I'm 6-3, and I'm about to literally turn up. So nothing crazy happens here, so we're just gonna speed through till we can spawn back up again. Alright, boom. We spawn back up again. We are still building towards our Blade of the Ruined King. And yeah, so I end up turning up hard. And the way we do that, I mean, there's many ways that our comp works. Brahms passive, Rammus engage with his ultimate or taunt. So right here, Rammus gets a crazy engage. But guys, the Yasuo ult blocked my ultimate, guys, which was really big for them. I ended up dashing in, securing a kill, and man, this fight is looking crazy. I was able to flash back to Kite, and it's all about timing when people are in the stasises. So right here, I'm literally just trying to do as much damage as possible, but they end up living, man. They end up living. So one key thing, guys, is just an overall tip is you want to make sure to get your timings down when the enemy opponent is using their Guardian Angel or Stasis. Now, the method I use for Stasis is I listen to the sound of the Stasis. Like, I could just tell, like, when the stasis is making a certain sound, it's my time to use an ability, and that's the main way that I use my abilities to prep for that. Look at our Akali dying right before Infernal, but at least Infernal is not a dragon that we need. And plus, look at our jungler recalling at full HP when Infernal's up. I was really tilted, but the way I take this team fight, guys, is very smart. I end up engaging onto Varus, and I'm engaging onto Varus to get this top to bottom angle onto the enemy. So right here, I'm listening to the stasis sound, and boom, we are just gonna go off. So right here, they did end up getting the Infernal, and it is what it is. But I want to just make sure we secure as many kills as possible. I jump over here, but Alistar ends up pushing me back, I think, over the wall. Yeah, like I get pushed over the wall, which is kind of sad. But right here, I'm telling Deceive, like, yo, let's get this turret. We need to get this turret. I end up tanking the turret because of the burn already on them. So right here, we get the turret, and they decide to fight us for some weird reason. I use my barrier, and boom. We are just securing the kills back. Their comp is just a lot worse than our comp, so at least we have that in our favor. And right now, let's get a KDA check. We're 11-3, and I'm telling you, the kills do not stop here. So off that fight, all we're doing is we're collecting gold. I'm just trying to build into my death stance now. And like I said, there's not much to do because we were too far from Baron. I recall, get my death stance, and right now I'm at a peak Ezreal state. I have the Man Immune, Trinity Force, Blade of the Rune King, and Death's Dance. So I am basically feeling a little bit unkillable. So at this point, we just need to watch out for one thing by their comp, and it's their CC with the Yasuo ult. And right here, they do engage on one of our teammates, and as you can see, I am just kiting along the back line. I land an amazing ultimate, and I'm just fighting front to back with my Braum. I flash onto Varus, and I thought Varus would have died, but Varus actually lived from that, which was ridiculous, man. I don't know how that Varus lived. But guys, this next scene is crazy. This next scene is crazy. We're gonna turn on FOV and get a wide angle at this. So right here, we're like, okay guys, reset so we could do Baron. But these guys decided to go on Baron, and look at what this Varus does. This Varus arrow ends up hitting Akali and Renekton. I mean, I am able to secure the kill onto the Varus, but both of our teammates die, and yeah, that wasn't the best situation. But we end up taking Baron. I get the red buff. We reset. And once you get Baron, guys, it's very important to reset afterwards and collect your things. So right here, I thought I was recalling, but I wasn't. And my teammates end up fighting in the mid lane without me. And I secure one kill on the Alistar. And I come to get this kill onto Lee Sin. And look, I perfectly time my skill 1. Boom. Perfect. We are just chasing them down at this point. But since Elder Dragon's coming up, with Baron you have two ways to do. You push 2 lanes and try to get inhibs, or if there's a dragon up, you can do the dragon in it. In our case, there is the Elder Mountain. So obviously, it's a no-brainer to do the Elder Mountain, and we end up taking the Elder Mountain. So now we have the Elder Mountain and Baron. So I feel comfortable enough to just push at this point, and I mean, Rammus is basically a menace in this lobby at this point too. He's super tanky and very hard to kill, especially with that mountain barrier. That also allows us to eat a lot of Varus Qs and Gragas poke. So right here, I mean, we're just being extremely cautious. I mean, we don't want to make a wrong decision by engaging too early or giving them a good engage. So right here, I'm just kind of getting a little bit scared. So we just decide to back off here. I decide to back off, but guys, let's watch our Renekton. Guys, the Renekton is 1-6, while I'm 16-3. Let that sink in. This freaking Renekton did get carried, guys. I cannot lie about that. I cannot lie about that. So right here, we just need to make our final push. I mean, it's nothing too crazy right here. The enemy team is looking to make one last good team fight, and all I plan on doing is to take one good last team fight. And this team fight actually ends up being a little close. I'm just staying back, as you can see. I'm not really able to do much damage. Look at this, guys. This Yasuo wall right here is so annoying against Ezreal. Boom. My ultimate does 0 damage because of the wind wall, and we just gotta kite it out. We're just kiting it out, focusing who we can. Watch the way I time the GA spawn. Boom, get that kill, and we just start popping off. Boom, and I'm just... I'm timing my thing again, but Varus ends up flashing, but watch, I get this kill anyways. My timing on those stasises are very clean. So the enemy team ends up surrendering, and that is the game. So yeah, it was a pretty crazy game, guys. 19-3. And this is, I mean, they had Infernal, they got 2 dragons. It was a very interesting game. We had a throwing Renekton, but you could still come back with Ezreal. So yeah, 19-3, 52k damage. We got MVP. No S rating, which is surprising. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know if you have any questions about how to play Ezreal in the comments down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.